Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. In today's reading, we are looking at how God will multiply your blessings. So, this was actually a reading inspired by Spirit, and they were talking about multiplication of blessings, and they were showing me synchronicities around that in my life. And then they said, you're going to do a reading on multiplying and how God multiplies blessings, and we're going to give information about that. I was like, okay, cool. So, we've got the three groups, and we also have piles today. I'm doing piles recently. I don't know, I've just felt called to it. It's just more efficient sometimes. So you can choose from the pile or you can choose from the images, which I'll put up on the screen here. So we've got group number 1 with the sort of tree in the bubble or the tree in that like force field or egg in the forest. Group number 2 is the money, just like tons of money. Group number 3 is the blessings raining from the heavens. Okay, so if you feel called to more than one, that could just mean that your multiple blessings are going to multiply. So feel free to go to any reading or all of the readings if you feel called. Just take what resonates, as these are general, leave the rest, and we'll see you in your readings. All right, hi group 1, welcome to your reading. You chose this particular pile or the image, which I'll put up here, of the tree. So the prompt that Spirit gave me to generate this image was a seed, a single seed that turns into an entire forest. So speaking on the topic of multiplying and multiplication, this really resonated for me. I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. One tree does become an entire, or can become an entire forest, as that one tree, as it matures, will give off multiple different seeds, which can all take root as well. So this is the process of growth that they're showing here. And it's interesting because the image that was generated is this tree sort of in this bubble. So it feels like almost separate from the rest of the forest, even though it's being singled out in this way. And we're talking about it in terms of multiplication. So I want to see how this manifests for you, or what that image represents. So let's look at your cards. We have I love it. Fertility with Pan, because Pan is the spirit of nature. And literally the image that was generated for this group was the trees in the forest. So I absolutely love that there's this, I'm getting like Empress vibes from this energy. It's very fertile, very abundant, very nature oriented. So quite literally, the seeds that are planted are going to be very fertile. This could be physical fertility, pregnancy, birth, because I did mention the Empress and I'm feeling that energy very strongly. Or this could be fertility in terms of what you physically create in your life. And the process of growth is what they're telling me. So Spirit's talking about the process of growth, natural cycles, and like the natural world. Like, how do trees grow? And it's through that process of multiplication or replication. So understanding these natural concepts of fertility is kind of what I'm seeing this reading being about. But let's keep going. Work your magic, Saint Germain. Yeah, I feel like nature magic would suit you very well, group number 1. Like if you work with nature spirits, or you're drawn to grounding and earthing, or walking in the forest, or when you're manifesting, making sure that you have some kind of elemental support is kind of what I'm feeling. So like earth, air, fire, water, really balancing the elements, connecting to the natural kingdom. It gives you power is what they're showing me. It gives you access to, it's like a conduit for your magic to express through. It's not like it gives you power that you don't have. It's just that you're connected to the natural kingdom, and so it puts you at ease and puts you back into your natural state of being, and that is where that fertility and that magic erupt is the word that they gave me. I was going to say flow from, but they were like, no, erupt. It erupts out of you. It's very powerful. It's significant, this level of fertility. Wow. Okay. We have to the sea, ocean magic, I just heard. So you could be connected to the ocean. Using seawater or salt water could be important in manifesting as well. But they're also showing me like the abundance of the ocean. Most of our planet is water. So there's something about this like abundance energy that they're really, really forcing like in my face right now. I wish when I'm doing readings I could relay to you everything that I experience, because you guys just you see the cards and you hear my words, but that's not like even a tenth of the energy that I'm getting it's all that I can relay to you, but the energy and the way I experience it in readings is so profound, and I wish that I could share that with you in some way telepathically. Maybe I can if you're very tuned in, but it's like this powerful energy of so much, and it's like nature will provide. The magic is in your connection to that infinite energy. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, interesting. We have never-ending story. This card can sometimes speak to me about like karma, and feeling really tapped out with some kind of a karmic pattern. But what I'm seeing here is like the never-ending nature of infinite abundance. And if you are experiencing lack, group number 1, let me just say that Spirit and God, Source, Creator is you, and that you are is infinite. So the level of abundance that you have access to is equally infinite. And it's really just about learning to work your magic appropriately and trusting the nature of the divine to, in time, produce those results. Because does a seed that is planted grow into a forest overnight? No, it does not. It happens in cycles, it happens in seasons. So there's something about that as well. They're showing me like cycles and seasons in the forest. They're also showing me the tides ebbing and flowing. It's like this natural world and how it moves in rhythm and in cycles with each other, with itself. So this is part of the natural flow, and it is a never-ending story because it just continues to evolve. It just continues to flow. So I'm feeling like being connected to this infinite abundance and really seeing yourself mirrored back to you from the divine is really being able to acknowledge the natural cycles of life and not try to force or work against them. It's like getting into the flow. And the example they're actually showing me is like this person in the boat traveling on the ocean, but it looked like a river in my mind for a moment, and they were giving me an example that I happened to come across the other day from an Abraham Hicks video. I don't normally listen to those videos, but they've been cropping up on my timeline, and there was something about being in the current and like not going against the flow, right? Like getting into the flow so that the natural current of energy carries you where you want to go and creates the results with less effort. So there's something about using this natural energy or the natural cycles to your benefit, because when you get in alignment with that, it just works better. It multiplies faster. Interesting as well, we have the energy of forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love in my life. How much have we been talking about flow in this reading? So resentment blocks the flow. That's going upstream, and you want to be going downstream. So if you feel like you are caught in any karmic blocks to your natural fertility and abundance, or to your magic really producing manifested results, group number 1, forgiveness is going to help. Resentment, clearing out the resentment by focusing on the good is what it feels like. And forgiving yourself, I'm seeing too, because they keep showing me the mirror here sitting beside her. So it's like seeing yourself clearly, forgiving yourself, understanding yourself, seeing the divinity within you. 737 just stood out to me. That could be a code that unlocks something for you. Numbers are codes. Harboring, the word harboring just stood out to me, and we've got this to the sea energy in the boat. So there's something like boats that are harbored are not in the flow. They're tied up to the dock. But it's like you're the boat and you're the ocean, group number 1. And so it's like you need to untie yourself, because the resentment is what's tying you to the dock. And you don't want to be at that dock anymore. You want to be out there in the ocean experiencing the freedom. That's the metaphor they're giving me. That's the energy. And that's going to unlock so much fertility for you. You're going to be able to sail to many different lands and experience the sensual pleasures of all of those lands have to offer. They're showing me like back in like when the world was still being explored and hadn't been mapped entirely, and it's like you're going into uncharted territory and landing in these foreign places and discovering new spices and sensations and cloths and textures. It's very sensual, which is very Empress energy. It's Venus, Venusian vibes, and that is how you express your magic as well, is by connecting to the natural world and all of the beauty and the luxuries and the enjoyment that come along with that. Like walking in the forest and feeling the gravel crunching beneath your feet and smelling the trees. It's very like sensual in its sensory experience. So untie yourself from the dock here. Freedom, I knew it. Yes, freedom, that's what I was getting. It's like you need to unbind yourself from the resentment of not having what you've needed when you've wanted it, or not seeing this flow, or feeling like they just showed me this person in the boat being adrift. It's like maybe the wind was taken out of your sails and you were just stuck there, waiting for the wind to come back. Well, the wind is your magic, and it's your ability to be in connection to your magic and to the divine. And this will create freedom for you. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Yes, you do. And the only thing that if there has been something that has been blocking you or keeping you stuck or stagnant, the only thing to address here is the resentment, because that is what blocks it. That's what keeps you in a loop of not having enough. So give that resentment to God, is what they just said. Give that resentment up to the universe. Release it. And then trust that your free will create fertile results. And it's not even just your free will alone. This is a co-creative process. This is you working with God, with Source, with Creator, with the infinite within yourself, and as a guide to be able to manifest this level of fertility. But you do possess the power to create your own happiness here. Definitely. Freedom. Healing family issues. Now, I was not going to use this deck. The candle just went out as well. Okay, so I was not going to use this deck because it's a love deck. And I was like, that's not what we're talking about in this reading. But Spirit always tells me which decks to use specifically. Like, they choose the decks, I don't. And they said this is one that's going to be in the reading. I was like, okay. And they did have me do 2 by 2. Sometimes when I pick piles or I choose cards for piles, I'll only choose one. But this one, they said, no, we're doing 2 from each of the decks, as you can see. So it's like in pairs. So there's something about love or pairs or unions. Let me just replace the candle. Something about the fertility of gender, because I'm seeing like even trees having different genders, right? Like there's male trees and there's female trees. And they need to be fertilized. Yeah, fertility, fertilized. So your dreams need to be fertilized. They need to be balanced. I'm getting energy of like hierogamic union, having things be paired. The candle, there we go, it finally lit. Something that may felt like it took a while to do is finally going to light, and you're going to see that manifest through some kind of like elemental, very fundamental type of energy. And it may have to do like the block and the resentment or the need for forgiveness may be connected to some family things, because we do have that healing family issues card. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, so they were talking about fertility and seeds, right? So nature, that's our biology, that's our DNA. The seed that we were created from came from our parents. So there's something here about freedom from some kind of karma in the family line, and forgiveness is going to release those resentment blocks. It doesn't mean you need to forgive family members that may have hurt you or anything like that. If it feels right, then yes, of course. But if it feels wrong to do that, then just forgiving it energetically releases it from your heart and from your soul blueprint and from your energy. So it's like being able to release it and let go frees you, and then you're able to freely work your magic. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. In this context, I'm seeing new love be more like a new love or zest for life, being able to manifest and create fertility, although this could be literal as well. There could be something about this fertility manifesting in a physical way through attracting a mate or being with someone who is in this balanced energy of masculine, feminine polarity. And that's not about gender, that's polarity, that's energy. We all have both. So it's balancing it within yourself and finding or connecting to a counterpart, because that's how nature works. It works in polarity, it works in cycles, it works in flow. So yeah, there's something about balancing that out. Awakening, that's the Judgment card. Wow. I am seeing a heart awakening here, so part of this multiplication could be expanding your family, being fertile, opening your heart to new love, clearing lineage. I'm seeing a lot of lineage clearing around the heart, love, receiving love, giving love. And this really opens up your ability to manifest, because as your heart opens, that's like the wind comes back into your sails again. Your heart is like the sail, and when it's open, the wind can come in and propel you forward. Ace of Voices, talk about the wind. The Ace of Voices is air energy. Yeah, there we go. It's like new wind in your sails, new love, new passion, zest for life. I'm getting very sensual, grounded energy here. So there's a lot to do with really experiencing your life, and that positive experience of that physical embodiment manifesting more, multiplying more in your life. Yeah, they just said the more love you have in your heart, the more manifestations you will see. So these two cards as well, like Awakening and Ace of Voices, these are both talking about new states of consciousness as well. So it's like planting seeds again, but planting seeds in terms of your thoughts. They just said God is planting seeds of thought in your mind to help you work your magic. So pay attention to synchronicities. Pay attention to repeating symbols, patterns. They just said voices of others as well. So you may be hearing or listening to information that helps to enlighten you or mirror back to you something about yourself you didn't see, and that allows you to have this more compassionate perspective that frees you from the resentment, unties that cord of attachment, and then frees you to be able to experience the fertility of your life. Three of Emotions, that's Three of Cups energy. Again, I'm getting, the moon cycles, waxing, full, waning. It's cyclical. There's something about this that's very cyclical and connected to the natural rhythms. So the more that you are connected to the natural rhythms and flow of life, the easier this is going to multiply for you. The more fluid it will be, the more effortless. Now, the Three of Emotions here can also talk about reunion and coming back into harmony with yourself. So again, I'm seeing we were talking about hierogamic union, which is inner balance of masculine, feminine polarity, but I'm also seeing here the Trinity. So this is how fertility works. There's two polarities, and when those polarities are merged, we get a third thing, which also merges and becomes the Trinity. This is very, very important to understand, because this happens in nature. It's like mother, father, child. Divine Father, Divine Mother, Holy Child. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It's like there's this Trinity energy that needs to be understood. And this is the represented here in the Merkaba. So we see the masculine and feminine polarity in these opposing triangles. And the opposing spin that they have as well, counterclockwise, clockwise. So there's something about hierogamic union. This is like high heart chakra that we're talking about here. 10th dimension, they said, merging with the 3rd, 5th, and 4th dimension. It's like you're able to connect to that higher vortices connection to the higher self, anchor in that unity, and then see that expressed into physically manifested freedom that you're creating. I do feel this one other card, Knight of Emotions. I see a lot of emotional balance creating manifested results. Just put that there. On the bottom, you have the Ace of Materials. So two aces, two seeds that you've planted. This is like the actual seed, The Ace of Voices, the Ace of Swords is kind of like a thought in the mind, an intention seeded into you from the divine, or something that you've come to a realization around, whereas the Ace of Materials is actually like an action or an idea or a physical investment of energy, time, or money that is planted and that will grow. So I do see a lot of growth here for you, group number 1. And harvest. They just showed me the basket in her hand. It's like you're going to be harvesting. Harvest season is coming, that I just heard. Harvest season is coming. You've been doing a lot of awakening. You've been doing a lot of activation. You've been planting a lot of good seeds. You have been working your magic. And even though things have felt stuck or stagnant, like the wind hasn't been blowing you in the right direction, you have been getting into the flow. And even though there has been some blockages, yes, I will acknowledge that. Spirit is showing me that for you, group number 1, that there have been some blockages related to the family line, related to love, related to your own personal embodiment of freedom. But you're contesting those, is what they just said. You've contested those family blockages, those karmic imprints within your soul blueprint. And through the inner harmonization, you are working to clear those out. No, they're correcting me. You have worked to clear those out. Past tense. This is why you've been attracted to the multiplication reading, is because you have cleared out the blocks to this multiplying factor, working easily and seamlessly in your life. And they're letting you know this, that the work that you've done emotionally and mentally, it's both, right? Again, mental is the masculine, emotional is the feminine, merging heart and mind, hierogamic union, Merkaba, same thing. So the work that you were able to do to balance out here is creating the flow again. Things are flowing again, things are moving, and it's just a matter of time. They showed me the hourglass. Again, it's like as above, so below. Two sides of the same coin, two energies, masculine, feminine, and now things are going to start flowing again. I never noticed on this card, can you guys see that? This a little heart here, and it has like a dial, and it's pointing to different things. Yeah, so it's like, yes, love, no, yes, maybe. It's pointing to yes now, and I'm seeing like the direction here. See arrow pointing here too? You're pointed in the right direction now. You needed some time to figure that out, and you did. And you harmonized it, and now with the intentions that you're planting currently, they will multiply because you're planting them in fertile soil. And your energy is fertile from the inside out, because it's as within, so without, as above, so below. There's this mirroring principle. Again, they did show us the mirror symbol here in the reading, which is that mirroring principle. So you cleared something out internally that is going to be mirrored on the outside through the manifestation of this fertility and the harvesting of that. I'm seeing a lot of angelic blessing around you through this process of awakening, the inner wisdom it's unlocking, and the reunion of your soul from within. So I'm seeing multiple different blessings coming in here. Like, what is multiplying for you, group number 1? If I had to say, I'm feeling love, I'm feeling self-love and inner union manifesting externally in a partner who mirrors that back to you, or an up-level inner relationship that's very divinely guided, fated in that way. And I'm also seeing fertility in your positive experiences within the sensory world. So more fun, more enjoyment, more pleasure, more magical synchronicities, more blessings, more moments of joy and bliss. That's what I'm seeing. And this feeling of freedom that you can create what you desire. All right, group number 1, that is what I have for you in this multiply reading. Thank you so much for being here. May your blessings multiply, and may those blocks be released. Give it to God, okay? Sending you guys so much love and blessings. Thank you for being here on the channel, supporting my work. I love and appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you guys chose this particular pile or the image, which I'll put up on the screen here, of the money, this is going to be your multiply reading. So obviously there's going to be a multiplication of money here that Spirit is wanting to talk about and bring into your life. But let's get some more information from your cards. Let's see what came up here. Oh, in energy healing, Merlin. Merlin has been a synchronicity coming up for me. He's come up the past 2 days, so everything that happens outside of readings is relevant to readings as well. I've noticed that theme lately in my life, like whatever's going on behind the scenes ends up coming up or being relevant in a reading. It's all connected, right? But anyways, you've got energy healing, so manifesting money for you, group number 2, may be connected to energy healing. Doing energy healing, receiving energy healing, giving energy healing, maybe providing it as a service to others and getting paid for that in a balanced equal reciprocal way, or doing energy or receiving energy healing is going to help you to manifest and manage your money, they just said. Oh, managing your money well manifests more wealth. That's what they just said. Managing your money well manifests more wealth. Let that be your mantra, group number 2. That is so funny. Because there's something about the way that you energetically connect to wealth. Not just the physical money, like the paper money or the digital money. It's like actual value, the energy of value, the vital force energy within the self is connected to money. I've talked about that before in other readings, but if you haven't seen me talk about it or heard me talk about it, this is vital force energy. Energy is the currency of the universe. And the physical representation of that here in the third dimensional realm is, of course, money. We can trade energy without money. We can do service exchanges. We can do other things like that. We can give stuff away. We can receive freely. But fundamentally, the main currency in this planetary realm is money. And so we have to correlate that to energetic value. How much time are we giving for that money? How much energy are we giving for that money? Is that reciprocal? Is it balanced? And how are we investing our energy in the form of time, resources, focus, vital force energy, like literally? That's why, I have to say this. Okay, if you are an energy healer and you are undercharging for your services, you need to raise your prices, because when you do energy healing, it's like doing 14 hours of hard labor. Spirit taught me this the hard way, because I was undercharging for my services for years and I was burnt out and my health was declining and everything was going wrong. And I was like, why is this happening when this was what I was aligned to and this is what I was called to and it's part of my purpose? And they said, because you're not charging enough. You're not valuing the value of what you're doing. You're not valuing yourself enough and you're not valuing the service enough and how much you're giving. And then they actually showed me clairvoyantly how much I was giving, and it was like ridiculous. Like the energy healing that's provided is priceless. So charging like $60 for it was just atrocious. It was horrible. It was not a fair exchange. And this is very triggering for some people to hear, because a lot of people don't want to charge for energy healing services. They don't want to isolate certain groups of people from being able to access that, or they don't want to price gatekeep, or they don't want to, they think that there's some kind of negative association with getting money for doing something in alignment with your soul. And there's different people doing different karmic learning lessons within these patterns, okay? But in my personal experience and what Spirit has taught me, it's all about energy exchange. And if you're not getting back what you're giving, you're going to deplete yourself and it will not multiply. It will drain, and that's not fair and that's not okay. So this is about you manifesting wealth and multiplying that wealth through fair exchange, through equal reciprocal energy. What you give is what you get back. And if it's not, then there's something wrong. You can do it. Oh my God. As I was saying that, I was seeing from the water, is it The Water Boy or one of those Adam Sandler movies where that one guy is like, you can do it. And everybody in the 90s got so obsessed with that. You can do it. I can't every time. Anyway, I can't say it without thinking of that. Archangel Michael is telling you can do it, group number 2. So if you have felt like money just doesn't come to you, or there's something wrong and it's blocked and it's not manifesting or it's not multiplying, or you're not able to manage it well or keep it, maybe you can bring it in but it leaves quickly, or maybe you can't bring it in at all, or something like that. There's some kind of a power that you need to take back and that you need to forge ahead with here when it comes to your resources, when it comes to what you value and your own personal energy, because I'm seeing those being highly correlated here, group number 2. It's not just about money, it's about you valuing yourself, and it's about the value of your soul and your energy. Vital force energy, like I said, is the currency of the universe. So value that above anything else. And how you express that will be through what you invest in physically with the money that you've earned through time or effort, how you create money and wealth in your life, how much effort that takes. Yeah, all of those things are correlated here. blessed. 22. 22, 222s. I'm seeing like massive manifestation, growth. Two's also the master builder number. Again, I've been seeing 22. I've written that down in my synchronicities journal for the past several days. So there's something about multiplication times 2. Like 2 times 2 times 2 equals what? I don't even know. I'm not good at math, but something about twos, things multiplying in twos, in pairs. And I mentioned this in group 1. I'm going to mention it here too. Usually when I pull cards, if we do piles, sometimes we don't, but in this case, usually I pull 1 card from each deck. Spirit had me multiply in 2s. See, we've got like 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. So there's something about 2s that's significant to this multiplication or the multiplying of this manifested wealth, group number 2. Oh yeah, you're group number 2, 222. I do have a reading on synchronicities and angel numbers. If you felt called to the 222 reading, I will try to remember to link that below your timestamp in the description box. But yeah, I'm seeing blessings. Whoa, Treasure Island. Yeah, this is very much about wealth for you, group number 2. There's no coincidence that Spirit had me use the prompt of money multiplying. That was the prompt to generate the image. Money multiplying, and it was just like a bunch of money. And I was like, okay, well, sure. But you're connecting to this inner wealth. Treasure Island lives within you is what Spirit just said. Unlock the hidden treasure within and you will find it in life. You will be blessed. You can do it. A lot of this is like your energy put into these blessings and you being able to manifest. I'm seeing like magician energy with Merlin. The magician archetype could be significant. The magician in the tarot is the first card and it's about implementation through action and aligned action. That's what creates the results. Success. Speechless, clearly speechless. Like you guys, seriously, I don't look at these cards. I pull them all face down. Spirit tells me which cards to take, which decks to use, etc. And I'm just blown away by the level of like power and like manifestation. I'm like lost for words. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. I feel you loving yourself. That's energy healing. That's what vital force energy healing is. Reiki, whatever, chi, prana, ki, whatever it's labeled, life force energy is love. When you connect to love, when you let love flow through you, you will see the manifested abundance in your life triple, quadruple. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It will just continue to expand and you will be blessed. You can do it, group number 2. You can do it. Oh, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. How apropos. It feels like you've been denying that you can do this for some reason. Group number 2, have you doubted your ability to manifest? Have you doubted your worth? Have you doubted that you can be successful? Have you feared your own success and therefore denied it or blocked yourself to it? All of those are questions I would encourage you to ask yourself and answer. And it will be different for each and every one of you how you answer those questions, but it's worth exploring because it can give you awareness, which is what it's talking about here. Insight through awareness to be able to acknowledge that fear and replace it with love, with faith, with blessings, with manifestation, with alignment, with personal power to receive and multiply these blessings. Because God works through love. Source is love energy. Universal life force energy is love, like I was saying. So the more you are in that, the more you will see that manifested in those physical representations of that here on this I meant to say earth and it came out worth. Yeah, so this is you've been denying your worth, group number 2. Why? There is value that you are not seeing in yourself, in this world. Maybe even in money. Maybe you've denied money. Maybe you have some mental blocks around money, like money is evil, money is the root of all evil, money corrupts or something like that. You want to explore all of those things because those are not the highest truth, because the highest truth is neutral. Money is just energy and it's what you do with it. So if money can corrupt you, you're already corrupted. And that's something to learn through. That may be a karmic lesson. If you fear that, maybe it's because you've contended with that in past lives. But it's like, I'm seeing that you can do it in this lifetime. You can manifest the money and the wealth and multiply that and manage it well and trust yourself and trust the divine. But they're definitely talking about doing some energy healing here for yourself, receiving energy healing or doing energy healing for you if you're able to do that, because it's going to help you to see this fear and to release it so that you can trust yourself to be able to do this. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So I'm not seeing this as like fear mongering of like, pay attention to the red flags, there's something wrong. I'm seeing this again as like, pay attention to those red flags of denial or fear. Pay attention to where you are devaluing your own time or energy, or where you are not acknowledging your worth, or where you are blocked in your way of thinking about wealth and value and money as a sort of archetype of that. So pay attention to those little red flags that are blocking success, or where there's resistance to your blessings or resistance to your own personal power to manifest, to create, to experience true wealth and abundance. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. Now, I talked about this in group 1. I'll talk about it here with you guys too. Spirit had me use these romance angel cards, which this is not a love reading. And so I was wondering why. And they said, don't worry about it. Like, just use them. And I was like, okay. But there's something about love here. So the wedding doesn't necessarily have to be literal. It could be an inner marriage within the self, unification within the self, and this commitment to a higher purpose, to a stable life is what I'm feeling. A life that is blessed in multiple different areas, not just money. There's something I want to address here as well. Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you health and security and freedom and personal empowerment and the ability to give generously and the ability to support others. So I actually don't like the idea that money can't buy you happiness, because I think that it can, especially if you're already happy. If you're already happy within, money will just expand that. If you're miserable, money will expand that. That's what it does. So if you do this inner commitment to understanding the parts of yourself that you don't want to expand on or multiply, you will dissipate those things, and all you'll be left with is the things you do want to expand, and money will help you do that. An actual wedding could be involved here. I am being called to mention that too. So there could be something about marriage or weddings or money involved in that in some way. And they want to talk about that. We've got the 6 of Inspiration, 6 of Wands. This is like the you can do it energy. I just keep seeing that guy in my head. You can do it. You can do it, group number 2. You can do it. So you've just got to believe in yourself and see this bigger picture to really understand what you're working with here, because it goes way above just, the glitz and glam and the pretty things. This is like a self-value lesson. This is about manifestation. This is about learning to work with your power. This is about your freedom. This is about your success, because six of Wands is success, and you have the success card. Look, they're even the same color. It's like gold. Gold is kind of that. It's more like beige because it's not actually gold, but I'm getting gold energy, gold frequency, which is very high vibrational and very pure. Yeah, the treasure chest has gold in it too. Weddings, we wear gold rings. Yeah, there's something about gold, and gold is very high vibrational, and that was like the original value system, right? We used gold coins, and we used to be on the gold standard backing our dollar. We're not anymore, but gold, the reason why it's so highly valued is, first of all, because it's used for so many different things, right? Like it's a wonderful conductor of energy. It's used in a lot of electronics. It's pure. It's malleable. It's beautiful, of course, like the physical beauty of it. But also energetically, it's prized because it emits energy. It's very hard to corrupt the energy of gold. And actually, Spirit had me wear gold recently. I dug these old gold rings out of my jewelry box. These were inherited from my mom when she passed, and these are the only like real gold things that I own, and they told me put them on because there's something about gold frequency, gold harmonics. They just said gold harmonics. The harmonic of gold is what you want to be in to help you empower yourself. It's also connected to the solar plexus chakra, and it's getting an activation is what they're showing me. So there's an activation of the gold harmonic in the solar plexus chakra that helps you to increase your sense of self-worth and to expand and create and multiply success in your life. But yeah, gold is not easily corrupted by energy because it emits. So anything that emits energy doesn't necessarily take energy in. Where money can absorb energy, paper money, even like digital money can absorb energy. It can be impregnated with that energy of lower consciousness, like people hating the money or spending it in negative ways. And you don't want to multiply that. So you also want to bless your money when it comes in. You want to do energy healing on your money and on yourself. And they're specifically emphasizing the solar plexus chakra because that's where you bring in the money. And it's also where you take action to create that money as well. It's the physical chakra that we implement things through, and it is connected to our goals and success and achievement of them. So there's something about clearing your solar plexus chakra, activating this gold harmonic within yourself, and then as you welcome in the money, purifying and energy cleansing that money so that there's nothing negative attached to it or that is already within you that's being expanded or multiplied, right? But if those things happen, let's say, for example, you start earning more money and then your fears around security are amplified, ironically, right? But sometimes that happens, right? We get so much more than we're used to having that we fear we're going to lose it. Pay attention to that because that's a little red flag. That's a symptom. Doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong or that the money is wrong or bad. What it's telling you is there's something here that you haven't seen yet that needs to be brought to your awareness. There's an insight or a fear that is being expanded by this money, and the money is the tool through which that expansion is bringing you that insight. So you can thank the money for that, bless the money, bless yourself, heal and release that fear or that resistance or that block, and keep multiplying and keep expanding and keep creating, because that is your nature. You are a divine being. You are infinite, and you are connected to the wealth of the infinite universe. We are not meant to experience lack. We are not meant to suffer in poverty. We are not meant to be constrained by the monetary system built against us. We are meant to shift it and change the energy of it. We are meant to heal our relationship to money, and by extension, our relationship to value and ourselves. Okay, I'll get down off my soapbox now. I'm real passionate about this one, guys. I'm real passionate about this one because this is something that I've struggled with myself, so I can relate. You got the Fool here. Take a leap of faith. Trust that you can do it. You can go your own way. You can go your own way. Yeah, that's the song they started playing in my head. So I see you forging a path to success that is not something that you've necessarily seen or that is being replicated. It's like you're doing it your own way, and that's what's unlocking the treasure for you as well. Because it's very unique to you. Like how we manifest abundance is different from person to person. We all have different manifesting blueprints. We all have different soul blueprints in our divine expression. What will work for one person will not work for someone else. That's why manifestation is not one size fits all. And even a lot of this law of attraction stuff doesn't work for some people because it is not a cookie cutter type of thing. You are a completely different person with different biology and different karma, different DNA, different soul blueprint, different divine gifts. It's all very unique. So this is why we need to pay attention to these things within the self, and your guides are helping you to do that. Look at this like guide here in the corner being like, hey, look at this. So pay attention to those things that you're seeing repeating because Spirit is helping you to heal these things within yourself and activate you to this new level of success, wealth, and abundance. And you might feel like you're jumping off a cliff here, but really you're jumping into divine wealth. And you're ascending. You see the ladder? The ladder is a sign of ascension. You're moving up. Can't even be about climbing the quote-unquote, blah, blah, blah. Can't even be about climbing the quote-unquote corporate ladder. That was such a tongue twister for me. Oh my God. I stumble over my words a lot. I try to edit some of that out because, but my brain works too fast for my mouth. Anyway, I feel like you're going to be walking on air. Group number 2. you're really gonna have faith in your ability to do this for yourself, and to stop denying any of those fears that have created blocks or resistance points for you. Strength. You are going to overcome. Strength is the number 8, which is connected to power, abundance, personal empowerment, directed will, they just said. Yeah, it gives me Merlin energy. It's about manifestation, being able to gracefully accept. They're giving me that, what is that quote? God, give me the strength to accept what I cannot change and to change what I can. Something like that. So there's something about that's involved in your success as well. It's like when you stop denying things, when you accept them, that puts you into this energy of success and forward progression and movement, because you are able to really accept and understand your own energy and then use it wisely. Oh, yes. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of materials, which is the 9 of pentacles. This is the experience of manifested wealth. This is one of the best cards when it comes to experiencing the actual physical wealth in your life. It's like having more than enough so you can relax. You can take a vacation. You can buy the thing that you want. And it's not even about that thing. It's the energetic signature or the opening of the energy that it allows for you to experience a different way of life. Because money without a change in your experience is not anything. Like, the whole point of manifesting and multiplying our wealth is to experience life differently. If that doesn't change or gets worse, then the money was no good, right? Like, it's not serving that spiritual purpose. The whole point here is to be able to up-level your consciousness and embody freedom in your life. To use that money and manage it well, the same way that you use and manage your own energy well. The two are correlated. So you manage your energy well, you manage your money well. You manage your money well, you got to learn to manage your energy well. It's 2 sides. So group 2, to kind of summarize here, I see a lot of wealth and value here. Like prosperity is like the blessing, gold coins raining all around you, manifested wealth, stacks of money, just boop, 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 stacking right up. And it's through this understanding of yourself and the way energy works within you and through you that you are going to be able to do this, that you are going to see those little warnings not as stops or things that prevent you from making progress, but actually as really important awareness that you're meant to be gaining around certain things that are not aligned or that don't work for you, and changing your mindset about that will lead to success. A lot of success. Okay, so that is what I see. Group number 2, let your wealth multiply and manifest through your good management of your own internal vital force energy. I love you guys. May this reading help you to manifest more value and worth within yourself and to see that mirror back to you in the external reality. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for your support here on the channel. If you need additional resources of support, I do have mentorship sessions available through my website, which is linked in the description box below. Thank you to all of the value that you support me with here on the channel, such as donations of decks. A lot of these cards were donated by viewers, subscribers, and members here on the channel. Thank you to the members who also support my work directly through your memberships and the access to the additional content and the live streams once a month with me. Thank you for super chats and donations. I've noticed some of you guys sending in little donations in that way, and I so deeply appreciate you, and I always try to expand on that energy so that as you give, you also will receive in return, because you have received my blessing of good faith, love, and multiplication. So as you give, you receive. As you receive, so shall you give. And as that exchange occurs, everything is multiplied and infinite. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose this particular pile of cards and also the image, which I'll put up here, the blessings raining from heaven. So it's like all of these little candles coming down from the sky, and I'm getting Messiah energy from that individual standing there, so it's giving me Jesus vibes. So there's something about being able to trust the infinite will of the divine is kind of what I'm getting. That's what it feels like. It's trusting that the Father will provide, and it's like God will multiply my blessings, and God will provide. So there's something about these infinite resources really raining down from heaven through your faith, through trust, through it's like this unconditional sense of acceptance of what is, and then being able to ask and then receive. So as you ask, so shall you receive. That's really what I'm getting. So let's look at your cards. Priorities, King Solomon. Yeah, I was getting like King Solomon, Jesus. There's something biblical in this group that feels significant, and having the right priorities is what is going to help to multiply your blessings. Group number 3. Yes. Yes, big fat yes. And Ganesh, one of my favorite deities to help to clear out obstacles or blocks to abundance. And I've seen Ganesh pop up many times in my life. They have, I don't know if it's female or masculine, but they have presented themselves to me multiple times on my path. And I actually had to research, who is this elephant god that I'm seeing clairvoyantly? And I've had to do that with lots of different deities and energies, because they'll show up and I'm like, thanks for being here, but I don't know who you are. So let me look. And Ganesh has always shown up anytime that there's something that I'm clearing or working through. And it as soon as I move through that blockage, or I understand it from a higher level, all of these blessings start to rain in. And you can see he's got his plate of blessings here, that he's bringing in abundance. He's able to help you to receive that abundance. That's what I'm getting. Your priorities are going to be shifting. I'm also seeing that you're going to say yes to things in a different way, and you're going to be able to receive. Yeah, his hands are up in the air like, yes, thank you, Lord. Bring in all of these blessings for me. Exchanging gifts. That's what I mean. Like, you are receiving gifts from the divine. They said Holy Spirit in my mind. Yeah, so you're literally receiving gifts from the divine, and you have multiple different deities and supports energetically that are helping you with this. So you're meant to exchange this with the divine, is what they're telling me. Like, you're meant to have this because your priorities have been in alignment. So you have asked and you will receive. Between worlds, you may be in the process right now of seeing this show up though. Like it's like you've put out the prayer, or you've set the intention, or you've taken the action that's in alignment. You've held it in your mind, is what they just showed me. You've been focusing on it, but it's still sort of in between. Yeah, I'm getting medium energy as well. Like, exchanging gifts is like between these two different energies, and then between worlds is between two different energies. So it's like you might be sort of in the cusp right now, or on the cusp of manifesting something. And that is when Ganesh shows up, by the way. Like I was saying, they will show up when you're like right about to bridge between these worlds, and there's some kind of a block or final barrier that needs to be cleared so that you can receive either the way forward, or the blessing, or the gift, whatever it is. So you're kind of like right on the verge right now, group number, right on the verge of stepping into this new world, where you can set the intention, you can ask or pray, and it will be received because you are in alignment. Your priorities are straight. Your priorities are in a good order, is what I just heard. Your priorities are in a good order, and so you will receive these gifts. Purpose. You are in your purpose. I know what I am here to do. So this isn't even you asking for things at a human level. This is like you asking for divine support. And that's why the divine is like, yes, a big fat yes for you, because you're not asking for this out of ego. You're asking for this out of divine purpose, alignment. That's what I'm talking about. Priorities. Like, your priorities are straight with your soul and with the divine. And then you get those manifestations. Group number 3. You're a very divine soul. I'm getting mediumship energy here. I know I said it before, but I'm seeing it like you are the medium between the worlds, group number 3. And you are so intricately connected to the divine. And the more you work, I was going to say walk in your spiritual purpose, but my mouth formed the word work. When I'm channeling, that will just happen. So your spiritual work, your purpose here is something to do with mediumship or something to do with receiving something from the divine and then exchanging that or giving that or sharing that, giving like little gift wrap presents to other people because you're receiving that from the divine. Yeah, maybe you even help to clear blocks for other people. What did King Solomon do? They're bringing my attention to King Solomon, and I'm not familiar with him as an individual or what his story is. Maybe looking up King Solomon could be significant here in regard to some information regarding your purpose or to this phase of your journey where you're like in between. Let's see what else. You have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. I feel like your priorities have changed recently, group number 3, and that may be why you're between right now, because you're coming out of this period of stuckness. I heard the word lackluster, and they're showing me like this gray energy, like stuck in black and white, and you're just now merging into this world of vibrancy, which is more connected to the divine and to your purpose. Maybe you were stuck in the 3D, and now you're ascending and moving into 5D or above. And it's through accepting the past, accepting who you were, and the shifting of these priorities that things are opening up for you. I'm seeing doors opening, which doors can represent portals into new states of consciousness or even like new timelines. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. And I'm also seeing eggs, which is like birth of a new life, potential fertility. Yeah, I'm just seeing things opening up for you, the opening of the present, the door opening, the windows opening, like everything's opening for you is what I'm seeing. And it's also because you're very open. Like if you're a medium, if you're hypersensitive, if you're I'm getting like highly intelligent, hyper aware, very sensitive, intuitive, empathic, psychic. These are like, you're very open to everything. And so this is connected to your purpose. You can't change the past, but you can change what you do right now. And that is what is shifting this and creating all of this blessing coming in, multiplication. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Now, they did call me to use the Romance Angels deck in this reading, even though we're not looking specifically at love. But Spirit chose the cards. They always do. So there's a reason that this is here. But look, it's an offering. She's bringing an offering to the altar. There's something about offerings. Exchanging. As you give, you receive. And they keep saying, as you ask, you shall receive. So there's something about like giving an offering and then praying or asking for something and then actually getting it. Positive thinking and faith. That's where your priorities need to be. If they're not already, it's like positive thinking, because they were showing me that example of somebody thinking of something and holding that in their mind, like visualization as a tool. Spiritual alignment, trust, faith, asking, and then being ready to receive and opening to that because you know you're in alignment. Yeah. Optimism. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I'm seeing this like from the divine, because they're actually showing me the statue in the background there again. So it's like deities, altars, prayer, worship, divinity. And this isn't giving your energy to something more powerful outside of you. This is you acknowledging that all of those deities and all of those representations from various cultures are all part of you. They are archetypes that exist within you. And when you trust them, you are trusting yourself. And when you ask for help from them, you are asking a higher expression of yourself to help you to use that power within you. Does that make sense? So I'm seeing letting your friends help you here, being like, let Ganesh help you, let God help you, let Jesus help you, let King Solomon help you. Like, let these divine beings, whoever you resonate with, help you in your process of accepting this divine support, because it is aligned with your purpose. And you are meant to be this medium between the worlds, and you are meant to receive these divine gifts and share them. Because I keep getting this energy of as you give, so shall you receive. And as you ask, so shall you receive. So long as it is in alignment, you will see that manifest. I'm actually feeling this one on the bottom. Muse of materials. I think I originally thought that in this deck the muses were the pages, but I think this is actually the king. So this would be like the King of Pentacles. wealth, prosperity, abundance, like having the divine have your, like the divine has your back. You know, it's like the universe has your back. What is that book by Gabby Bernstein, I think? I've never read it, but there's something about like the divine has your back here, group number 3. You've really got some friends on the other side here who are supporting you in being able to step into your divine purpose and having the resources you need to be able to do that physically, like the physical resources you need to be able to do that. And also the energetic and spiritual support and alignment, all of that, all that. The sun in reverse. No, they said turn it upright. It's meant to be upright. Okay, thank you. The sun card. They said the reversal applies to inner light. Shining your inner light. It's also about optimism and faith. The sun can be about consciousness, shining the light on things, accepting things from the past, and being able to find peace so that your power is expressed in an aligned way. So it's also about priorities. Sun can relate to the solar plexus chakra, which is to do with, you know, how we sort of organize and order our life and how we take action and what we take action toward and how we express our vital force energy, how we set our goals and how we achieve those goals. So I'm seeing your goals being very aligned with the divine. And that's why you're receiving the support you need and the help, because it's like, this isn't just, I want a car, I want a shiny car. This is, I want to live my divine purpose. I want to be a blessing on this earth, and I want to experience all of that within myself and in my reality and bless others with that. And so if it is manifesting as a shiny new car, it's going to be the experience of that that blesses my life and blesses the world and blesses the earth and helps to heal everything. It's like, it's so much more than just a physical thing. You know, these are like divine. The priority is of the divine. These are of a divine nature, is what it feels like. Yeah, and I see you really growing up and glowing up and expanding, blocks being cleared. I'm seeing optimism and holding that faith really helping you to break through here. They're playing the song in my head, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Yeah, I feel like you're going to get by with some help from your friends on the other side. Loved ones, spirits, angels, guardians, protectors, guides, ancestors, deities, like all of it. They're all supporting you. And they're showing me a crystal ball. Is that what that is? There's like a crystal ball in this angel's hand. Again, I'm getting mediumship. I think this is the group of the highly sensitives. Like you guys are the HSPs, you guys are the empaths, you guys are the psychics for sure. I feel that strongly here. So don't regret your past, learn from it, stay optimistic about what is now and what you're creating in the future, know your power and your worth, set your priorities in alignment with that divine soul purpose, ask and you shall receive, and then as you receive, give too, right? You want to keep that exchange open, you want to have that flow be reciprocal. Page of inspiration. If you get ideas that are aligned with taking action toward some kind of spiritual purpose for you, do that. Like if you get a call to action from the divine, if you channel something, take action on it and then ask for help, even from your actual literal friends. Like if you trust people in your life to be able to support you with your goals, maybe they have information or resources or backing or networks or something where it will help you to create this thing or this idea or this project, because I'm getting that kind of energy. Like there's something about your spiritual purpose here that you actually do have a lot of support and you actually need that. You can't really do this on your own, group number 3. I mean, you can. Let me amend that. So you can do this on your own, but you're not meant to. It's a team effort is what they just said. Yeah, it's a team effort. So ask for help and receive it, because that's how you're going to be able to give more and do more. Yeah, you're stronger as one. 6 of voices, 6 of swords. I don't know why I'm just getting like really strong Zorro energy from this figure here. Like, do you guys remember the Mask of Zorro? He's like this rogue vigilante sword fighter guy. He had a real sense of integrity and purpose. His priorities. Oh, look on the bottom, Ace of Materials as well, Ace of Pentacles. So I'm seeing this as like a project or a purpose or some kind of a job that you feel you're called to in a very significant way. And the divine is helping to back you in that. They're giving you information, inspiration, money, resources, tools, friends, supporters, networks. Like there's so many different forms of multiplying blessings that I'm seeing here for you, group number 3. It's really not just one thing. It's really not just finances. It's like everything. And it's very much connected to your divine purpose. So accept and receive and then give, because that's what you're here to do. Yeah. I'm curious what's under that. Queen of Materials. Queen of Materials and the Wheel of Fortune. So, and Queen of Inspiration. Yeah, like you're going to receive a lot of inspiration. You're meant to do some kind of a spiritual purpose. You're meant to be very wealthy and abundant and receive a lot so that you can give a lot. I'm feeling like charitable energy from that Queen and from your reading. You're meant to be very charitable with what you have and what you receive from the divine. So as you are blessed, bless others. The wheel is turning in your favor, group number 3, like big time turning in your favor, and seeds that you've planted in the past are going to manifest as abundance now, like wishes and intentions that you've had, manifestations you've held in your mind, visions you've had for the future, inspirations you've received from spirit. Like I'm seeing so many different things multiplying. And if there were a couple of seeds that you regret planting, you will also be helped to clear those away too. Like Ganesh will help you to clear those blocks. If there's something If there's something you're manifesting that, or you have manifested in the past that is showing up now, that is not aligned, that will be cleared. I'm seeing. All in time. Yeah, it's something about timing. The Wheel of Fortune can be about destiny, fate, timing, karmic cycles, wealth, abundance, seasons changing in our life, between the worlds, right? Like you're in transition right now. Something is majorly shifting. And it's calling you forward to your purpose is what I'm seeing, hearing, and feeling. Like all of it, all of the above. I see you being very clear on what your goals are. Like if you were kind of wishy-washy about what you wanted in the past and you weren't sure how to make things happen, I see you transitioning right now, being between the worlds, moving into a space that is calmer and more aligned with your passion, your purpose, and this divine will that's flowing through you as you. I'm just seeing you getting very clear, like the way she's staring at me with her eyes here, like, I know what I'm doing. That's what she's saying to me right now. Like, I know what I'm doing. I got this. Like, my priorities are straight, strong, balanced, abundant, clear, direct, It's like she's got her shit together. This Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Materials, she's got her shit together. She knows what she's doing. She's got this. She says to me, I've got this. I've got this. You do, group number 3, you do. And with help from the divine, you definitely do. Definitely. So yeah, that's what I see, group number 3. Really, like this multiplication that's happening is because you're trusting your purpose and the call of the divine, and you're trusting the divine to provide so that you can do this thing. Staying optimistic is going to help. So if you have had any regret or lower vibrational emotions towards your manifestations, either not coming or not coming in the right timing or in the right way, or things you've planted in the past you don't want anymore, again, all of that will be cleared away. So have trust and faith and optimism that as you continue to align and these priorities are really on point with your purpose, it's just going to be so quick and manifesting this massive, massive gift of blessing for you. All right. And then turn around and share that, because that's just going to create more. So that is what I have for you today, group number 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today during this reading of multiplication of your blessings. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, I do have mentorship sessions available through my website, which is linked in the description box below. These sessions include any and all of my skills that I have available to help guide and support you. So I do readings. We can do card pulls. We can do a psychic energy healing, reading, clearing, alignment, akashic stuff, whatever you need. I have a powerhouse of different skills within me to back you up if you need that. Okay, so if I'm the friend that helps you, ask and you will receive. Okay, I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading.